With the war in Ukraine passing, well, more than a year, and things just not going so well for the Russians, things not going that well for the Republicans either, it's time to look back on the last year and see which issues the Republicans were most hypocritical on. It's time for everybody's favorite new game show, Hypocrite of the Week. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We were really excited. We're going to look back at the issues that seem to be plaguing the Republicans and they just can't quite get away from it. And which one of these issues were they the most hypocritical on? Let's look back. Today we're going to have Senator Josh Hawley, Senator Mitch McConnell, douchebag Senator Ted Cruz, and of course, Lindsey Graham. Can't forget Lindsey Graham and the Speaker of the so-called Republican House Party, Kevin McCarthy. But the points aren't for them this week. The points are just for the issues, so let's see how hypocritical they can be. Josh Hawley, why don't you lead us off?
This body can do is to provide direct relief to every working American who needs it.
Oh, that's going to be worth 10 points.
Anyone who's heard me speak about coronavirus relief going back months has heard one central principle. Let's deliver right away on all the subjects where everybody agrees and argue over the rest later.
Mitch McConnell, you know how to pick 'em, baby. That's going to be another 10 points for you.
I'd invite those Democrats to work with us. There's a lot more that we need to do before this pandemic is over, and Republicans are committed to getting our country through this crisis and to helping Americans thrive on the other side.
And the hits just keep on coming. There's so many clips, I can't play them all. We're going to go ahead and give that another 10 points.
What's troubling in this is that not one Republican in either House of Congress voted for it.
Not one? Really? Wow. Holy shit, COVID-19. Out at 30 points right off the bat. You are in the lead. That's some Republican hypocritical bullshit. But hey, let's not forget about Ukraine. The funding for Ukraine has been unprecedented. But so is the hypocrisy. Let's go to the tape.
We stand with Ukraine and with those innocent souls caught in the crosshairs of evil ambition.
Well, that's going to be worth 10 points right off the bat. But no one talks about Ukraine like the patriot, Ted Cancun Cruz.
It is horrific, but by any measure, the Ukrainian people are fighting back with heroism, and the United States, the Biden administration, needs to do much more to support the Ukrainian people.
Well, that's going to be another 20 points. Way to go, Ted. Well, all right. That's some hypocritical bullshit. Outstanding work, Republicans. That's going to put Ukraine to 50 points. I'm sorry, COVID. You just didn't quite have the hypocrisy standing. It's so far in the past, they've moved on. So with Ukraine taking a huge lead, we turn to the January 6th insurrection. Surely the hypocrisy there will be off the chain.
Former President Trump's actions preceded the riot were a disgraceful dereliction of duty. President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day.
If the president was the party's nominee, would you support him?
The nominee of the party? Absolutely.
Oh, Mitch McConnell, you never disappoint. That's going to be 20 points.
The only discussion I would have with him is that I think this will pass, and it would be my recommendation we should do that.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy met with the former president at his Florida resort yesterday. Both he and Trump issued statements outlining their pledge to work together to help Republicans win back control of the House and Senate in 2022.
Oh, Kevin McCarthy, you little weasel. That's another 20 points. Outstanding hypocrisy. But oh, Senator Lindsey Graham, try not to faint on your fainting couch, get yourself a mint julep and sit back, because Lindsey Graham is going to bring it on home.
Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it being this way. Oh my God, I hate it. Count me out. Enough is enough.
If you want to be a Republican leader
in the House or the Senate, you have to have a working relationship with President Donald Trump. Now, I'm not going to vote for anybody for leader of the Senate as a Republican unless they can prove to me that they can advocate an American First agenda and have a working relationship with President Trump, because if you can't do that, you will fail.
Whoa, Lindsay, outstanding. My God, you are such a sleaze. That's going to be worth 40 big ones right there. Holy shit. That's 60 points. That's going to take January 6th insurrection blown right past Ukraine. Sorry, Ukraine. That's just not where the Republicans' hypocrisy likes to lay. Looks like January 6th is on top. Oh, but wait, we've got a last-minute entry. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. This has never happened before in my 22 years of doing this show. It's the debt ceiling crisis. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. Let's watch.
I will not support an increase in the debt ceiling without real and meaningful changes in spending.
Here, believing, as so many people I represent believe, that if you owe debts, pay debts.
That's going to be worth 10. You're going to have to do better than that.
And so I would hope that we would not have an extended debate and a lot of breastbeating about the issue of increasing the national debt. Now, there'll be a lot of debate about it, a lot of political points trying to be made, but the point is we got to keep the business of government going. That's why this ought to pass unanimously.
Now, the obstructionist Democrats would like us not to do it, but believe me, if we have to close down our government, we're building that wall.
Whoa, that's going to be worth 20, man. Outstanding. These people are impressive. The hypocrisy has no limits when it comes to MAGA.
By very stupid people.
You once said that using the debt ceiling as a negotiating wedge just could not happen. You said that when you were in the Oval Office.
That's when I was president.
So why is it different now that you're out of office?
Because now I'm not president.
And another 20 points. Outstanding. That is amazing work. Impressive, even for MAGA standards. That's going to bring you up to a big 50. But I am sorry, that's just not quite good enough. The hypocrisy knows no bounds with these sons of bitches, but they know that ultimately they're going to have to get on board because we can't tank the economy. They're all bluffing, but not on this other stuff. My God, the hypocrisy is unbridled in MAGA. Outstanding work. No one does hypocrisy like Republicans do hypocrisy. My goodness, it's impressive. Lindsey Graham, I gotta tell you, you're really the one that brought it home for January 6th. What do you gotta say?
Pray for this country, pray for this president, and if you got any money to give, give it. LindseyGraham.com. It doesn't go to me.
And that's why the January 6th insurrection is going to be our hypocritical subject for the Republicans for summer 2023. The Republicans are bluffing, but they're definitely going to give in. But not before they tank the economy, and that's because of the sheer hypocrisy. Outstanding Republicans, you never disappoint.
And one other thing, this debt default, if the president instructs the Treasury Secretary to, though the money is there to pay interest, if he instructs him to default, I think we're getting close to a high crime and misdemeanor that would...
I'm Zachariah Lone Star Liberal. Join us next time for Hypocrite of the Week.
Why Republicans should be obstructionist. Obamacare is bad for our health. Big government's bad for the economy. And my view is if the Republicans aren't defunding one and shutting down the other, what's the point of electing Republicans?